Morning, good morning. It's a little early here. Um, wanted to show you what's going on, what woke me up. I had a very restless episode while I was trying to sleep. Here, somebody's here. Hey, Christy. Greetings, greetings. I'll wear my reading glasses and it'll work better here. Okay. Hello, Cindy. Good morning, or whatever it is where you are. Got some very interesting things to show you. Oh, my goodness. I'm sort of awake. Anybody else here? You early birds are with me. Was building very slowly this morning. People may be trying to, whoa, my little stand is falling here. People are probably trying to get ready for work. Hello there, Holistic. Christy says I'm awake, sorta. Hello, Lisa. My glasses have speckles. I can't stand that. Just a little dust bothers me. Other people walk around with glasses that have stuff all over. I can't even, it worries me just looking at them. I want to see everything. Wow. I just crawled out of bed and I'm like, I almost did this from the bed and I was like, no, I need to get up. Hello, Cheryl. Lisa from Australia. Wow. Aga. Greetings. Hello, Polly. Hey, everybody. Good morning, tribe. Boy, have I got some stuff to show you all. I woke up but wasn't really awake. I was just unsettled and uncomfortable. Could not get comfortable. And hey, I'm Nick. Thank you, Nick. That's a lot easier to say than all the other stuff. Thank you. I appreciate that. Oh, Carolyn. Polly in the UK. Hey. Tove Larson. Lori. Christy said, I walked out to see the stars. So pretty this morning. I haven't looked at the stars this morning yet. Now you make me want to get off here and go look at the stars. Hello, Lukacs. I'm sorry, I'm not sure how to say your name. Beata. Good morning, Carolyn. And Cassia. Cindy says, hello, I love your updates. I had an issue one day trying to read. Hold on. It's only showing me part of what you're saying. I'm trying to activate the rest. Trying to read. And off on my eyes vibrated sideways, off and on. Wow. Could this be from the time issues? The read off and on, eyes vibrated. I would think anything like that would not have to do with our time zones. But time issues, sorry, I'm barely awake. As far as timelines and spatial anomalies, anything's possible. Anything is possible nowadays. Cindy, absolutely. Hello, Tiffany. Melissa, Amy, Sonia, everybody's waking up. Cheryl, Antonetta, Buongiorno, greetings. Mariana, Lisa says, good morning, Marguerite. Looking, oh, thank you. My pajamas. Notice, those of you who are new to me will notice this. The neck part is shiny. They're satin pajamas. I love satin pajamas. And this is inside out because then the silky part is against you. So I wear them inside out most of the time. But thank you, Lisa. Tina, greetings. Cora King K, hey there. Antarctica? What are you doing in Antarctica? You're normally down from Australia, New Zealand way, aren't you? Cora King K? You're going to have to explain that one and tell me what you're doing in Antarctica. That sounds fascinating. Yasmin, greetings. Sonia, hello from the Netherlands. Emma says hello, Marguerite, hello everyone. Yasmin, hi from the UK. Wow, we got the global community here this morning. Polly said I'm feeling frazzled and highly irritable, which I don't like. Okay, y'all forgive me. I'm going to stop saying hi for a minute. Though I want to say hi to everyone. I don't want to miss what I want to show you because time could make it pass. I was sort of awake, but I was definitely uncomfortable and irritable, I would say. I was shifting around in bed and yet I wasn't really awake, you know, that type of thing. And one of my cats, I suspect it was Chipper, was determined to stand on me with his little paws, which feel like points of incredible pressure. And I was pushing him off irritably, which I normally don't do. And he just kept getting back on me over and over and over. And I don't know if I was talking in my sleep or crying out or something, because sometimes I think they wake me up if I am restless and something is going on. Sorry, got something rattling over here and I heard it. But I pushed him off and twisted in the bed away from him, and in my mind, back somewhere in my sleep, I was thinking, what is going on? Why is he acting that way? Why am I acting this way? And then Sugar evidently came and tried a similar thing, and I pushed her away too. And finally, they managed to wake me up, and I realized how extremely uncomfortable I was. And I said, Lord, what is going on with me? Is this the energies? What's bothering me? And so, let me show you some of the stuff I found. And hello, 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 everyone. I want to say hi to everybody. Please feel greeted. Okay, Tina, I hear you. She said she's getting ready for school. Some of you will have to leave, I understand. Hold on. Let me show you what's going on. First of all, let's look here. The magnetosphere. Look at that. This is going on, although the charts are not showing anything in space weather unless you look at density. Density was incredibly high when I look at that. Look at that. That is about now. It's showing 8 UTC right there. Moving on, moving on. It's now 10 UTC, and look at that. That's some intense something happening. So this is now. That big hit there was just a short while ago. And let's look quickly at density. This mess. Oops. Sorry, y'all. Let's start it again. Okay, look at that. There's supposed to be a bow shot. There's supposed to be more happening there. It gotten blown away by something earlier. Look at this. Just look at that. That's crazy, you all. Look at that. It's kind of pretty, but it's crazy. That's waves. of density hitting our magnetosphere, that protective sheath that is around the Earth. And, oh, Chipper or Sugar, or somebody's having a wild fit downstairs. They feel these energies too. Your babies do. Normally, look at that. Normally I try to be very patient and kind with them, but I was grumpy this morning in my sleep with them standing on me and pouncing on me. Okay, let's start. This is pressure. Red is the most intense. And look at all this. Look at this. Wow. And of course, Earth is that little white, half black thing in the center. Day side, night side. Look at that. Density. Boom. We haven't seen anything like this. Well, since the last time. It's been pretty flat out nothing happening. You know, with a strange blank background. Look at this. We got lots of activity this morning. All that density. Wow. That's about now. That just happened. Okay. Just for the fun of it. Hold on just a moment, y'all. I'm going to try and access. Hold on. I have it propped up in one of my little homemade art stands. It is 10:44 UTC right now. It is it's 6:44 Eastern Standard Time. So this is what's happening right now, energy-wise. But space weather, let me go and just show you real quick. Space weather, and let me get back to the home screen and to auroral activity. No, auroral activity. It's not cooperating with me. Okay, here we go. Look at this. KP is not a big deal. Solar wind, 442. That's, you know, considerable, but it's nothing. Look at that. And it's almost past us. But this is moving so quickly. Do you see that spike there? It was 180. Do you see that? 180.75. I guess that's parts per centimeter to the third. I don't know how to read it properly. That's massive. That density is incredible. And then it leveled out. But it's still that blood red color, which means it's way out there. It's off the charts. Okay, and interplanetary magnetic field is that anytime you see a yellow color, that's like almost like warning. It's like it's going up. Look at the BZ. We're in the red in the south. In this case, red means south, and that's where we are in polarity with the sun, to where we feel this stuff. Aurora is not major, but check out the disturbance storm time index. Look at that mess. It's all over the place. And you'll see it again. Look here. This is just extremely unsettled, and there's the phase of the moon right now. There's really nothing else happening, and the other Chipper is still having a wild fit here. If you hear noise in the background. He was doing this last night, too. It was crazy. He was even disturbing Sugar. We were trying to hang out and relax, and Chipper kept getting in the chair with us, and then he was running all over the house. Then he was running out on their screen porch through the kitty door, and then he was back inside. Now, look at all this. This looks pretty normal, just glancing here. This shows we're staying in the B flare range, which is like nothing. Here's our range right here. Oh, sorry. Hold on. Didn't mean to do that. Trying to get it where you can see it without it whiting out. A and B is quiet for a solar flare. C is a small flare. M is a strong flare. X is a major flare. And we're at a B in the green range. It's just very bland. We do have some little funny things like that. See this interesting thing around the sun? A lot of those little dark points with something spewing out. We haven't seen a lot of that in a while. But watch this. This kind of caught my breath when I saw it. I have seen image of this from the past, but I don't believe I've ever gotten to see it live and in person. Here we go. We're going to look at stereo ahead satellite. Get ready. You see that? Oh my gosh. Look at that. I don't even know what to say about this. If I can hold my hand still, I'm so hyper and excited about it. Look at that. That white circle in the center is the sun. Yeah, I know. And Chipper just rammed into my legs. They're so excited. They can feel all this stuff. I'm sure they're feeling it off of me too, my excitement. That white circle in the center is the sun. Then there's what they call an occluder. Depends on who you talk to, or occulter. It means that it closes it off, blackens it so that the camera can see in that brilliant light from the sun. Oh, look at that. I don't know what to say about it. I haven't even had the chance to really ask the Lord what this is. It looks like debris or an explosion, or I don't know. I don't know, but that's crazy looking. I don't know what it is. I will try and check around and see what other people who know more about these things are saying about it, but I don't see any defined shapes clearly like what you might think of as craft. It looks like globes or globs of energy. The fact that it's all white, all of it is like brightly lit. I don't know what to say about it. Whatever it is either being lit by the brightness of the sun, and the fact that it's most all of it is bright. Some of these little pieces back in here are not as brilliant. There are some pieces that are more in the mid-range, I guess. I don't know if that would be, it's smaller looking though. So it probably is background, but you really can't tell when you're looking at this. They're either self-lit, or they're of a type of substance that is being lit all the way through, because the biggest pieces should be closer to us, you would think. This piece right here, whatever this is, this object, look at the size of it compared to the sun, which is massive. Earth looks like smaller than a BB next to the sun in this setting. It would just be so tiny. I don't know what to say about it. There it is though. We've documented it. Let's go back. That's the only really strange looking one. I went through them earlier quickly, though my mind was on that other one. And I don't see any other anomalies here. But this is enough, isn't it? I didn't really notice the timestamp. It looks like it's in a normal range. 2:53 UTC, this one here. Then it goes to 3:09 UTC, and then to 3:23. And it's normally, in increments about like that. So we don't have a big jump in time. So whatever this was occurred within, sort of a 20-minute range. Okay, beloved. Hold on, let me see what else. That is wild to me. Trying to think. Let me put this back in its stand. That ought to work. Hopefully you can still hear me well. Sometimes it can get muffled on the bottom of the stand there. And when you go to look at what it says about current warnings and alerts, it said nothing earlier when I looked, which was within the last 30-40 minutes. And the only thing it's showing now is there's possibility for aurora, to appear in the following areas. And then it says the direction of the interplanetary magnetic field is slightly south. Well, it's not mentioning that the density is blood red. Or what it was earlier. 180? We've seen a lot of things. We've seen 60 and 80 density. This was 180. Okay, let me take you now and there's nothing, when I looked last, there was nothing happening on the Schumann. I'm going to turn this pad sideways so I can access all the buttons. Okay, here. Nothing really happening on the Russian Schumann resonance. This is the Russian site, which I'm going to more often than not right now because they're playing games with Alex. He's the one who's the creator and keeper of the app that we use, the Quick Schumann Check. They're playing games with him. Since April the 1st, they keep shifting things and showing only part of the chart here, and then they had weird messages one day. They like to play with him. They have a funny sense of humor, the Russian people who keep the space observing system or station. So this is now, and nothing major is happening, though it is active. Okay, let's go back here. Am I missing anything in my excitement? Let's see. Let's go back here and look. Not at that. That was crazy enough. Look at that while I'm... Sorry. Wait. How did it change? Hold on. You don't want to see all my tabs. Okay, let's go back to this. And I know y'all's time is... Some of you are probably trying to get to work or school or whatever. All right. I'm going to have to reactivate this very quickly. Get these going again and see what it's showing at this point. We were seeing some very active stuff was 2 or 3 hours ago, but look at this. Look at that. This is this is pressure. Red is the most intense. Now we're coming up on now. Look at that. This is now. Wow. It's already majorly shifted. That was their prognostication of the future at the very end. I'm not sure if that's going to hold because we've got so much activity. This is at 9 UTC. Look at that. 10 UTC. Boom. 10:30. And now we're into the range of where we are now. Let's go up here and let's look at density. Dark blue is the most intense. Look at that. We can see the shields a little bit, but it's all around us. All around us. Chipper is up here on the drawing table next to me. He'll probably do a Chipper blackout in a minute. Where his black fur he'll try to get in between the camera and what we're looking at. He's wanting to say hi, apparently. Look at this. That's at about halfway across. That's pretty looking, but wow. It's like watching, just imagine, this is the atmosphere around Earth. This is the magnetosphere, which is that, I said something earlier that really fit. It's like a sleeve around us. Look at this. That's Earth right there. Half white, half black, day side, night side. This is incredible. And how can the charts not be showing anything, y'all? Except for it is showing density. It's showing some of that, but it's showing nothing coming in. Maybe this is an old CME, coronal mass ejection from, I don't know. Someone will have to inform us, but whatever it is, it's powerful. Let's take a look here at velocity. And it's about halfway across here. It's now at 10 UTC. Look at this. That's about now. We're in it, y'all. If you woke up restless or feeling strangely, let me know. I'll check into the messages in a bit. But I would love to just read and talk to you all, but I know this time of the morning people are busy and needing, some of us are, who work regular hourly jobs, need to get rolling. Let's back off and let you see both sides. You can see the slider across the bottom. Boom. That's at 10 UTC. So we're looking at now. This is now. Now it's going into the future. That's their guess at the future. I don't know that they're correct in this case because there's just so much happening. Okay, y'all. This is our crazy morning at this point. Let's come in here and let me look at some pictures that I took quickly so you can see what slipped past us before I could get on here with you. Here we go. Here's that crazy density. And this is probably off the screen now because it all moves to the left. That is 180 density. That's huge. Something came through and hit us. And it may, well, let's see the time. That was at 8, sort of between 8:15 to 8:45 UTC. The crazy speckled looking stuff that we saw was at 6 something UTC. But you know, things, oh, I need to sharpen this pencil, don't I? Things coming in, it takes them a while sometimes to reach us. And so the 6 UTC, which is where that crazy speckled stuff was, that was out by the sun. And when it reached Earth, I don't know, this may have been it. I really am not sure, but whatever it was massive. Oh, I was trying to scroll it. It's a still photograph. I'll be okay. It's early. And here's the other things. And so let's take a look here. And this was the crazy disturbance storm time index. Look at this stuff. Wow. It's all over the place. And then that one is all over the place. And this is normal looking. KP3, not even quite KP3, not a big deal at all. However, oh, I just know something. They're predicting KP5. Can you see that? Looks like it's whiting out. That says KP5. That's their prediction, their forecast. So they're expecting something. And here I took it where you could actually see the numbers. 180.75 parts per centimeter to the third or whatever, however you read that. That's huge. That is huge. We had up into 80 and something like that last week or the week before, and that was massive. But see, even down here in this low point, it's still blood red. And that lets you know this is intense, very intense. And there's that crazy speckled thing Look at that. Those of you who weren't watching when we looked at this early, that's the sun. This is stereo ahead satellite images. They're taking pictures of the sun and the porch around the sun, the area, the yard around the sun, so to speak. That's the sun, the circle in the center. This is the occluder, so they could take the photographs in the brilliant light of the sun. And this stuff, well, if anybody knows what that is, please let me know. It looks like incredible, huge debris. It's definitely unidentified for me. I don't know what it is, but it's massive. If that's the sun, these pieces are gigantic. This one is many times the sun. And of course, it could be much closer to the satellite camera, but we really don't know. The fact that they are lit, pardon me, so brightly, they're either lit on their own, I just had a thought, surely I'm not right. I was remembering Obi-Wan Kenobi in Star Wars, where he nearly fell, sat down or whatever suddenly because of a great loss, an explosion. That planet had blown up. Surely this is not something like that. But I was restless in my sleep. I could not settle. And it was in the last few hours. The sun is starting to light the sky here, I'm noticing. I missed seeing the stars. Shoot. But I wanted to talk to you all. Someone had said the stars were amazing. Look at all this. And we have some in the background that is more in the mid-range. It's smaller looking, and it's not as brightly lit. I don't know what this is, beloved, but I felt it. I felt the density for sure, and I think I felt this. I was up kind of late, but I didn't see this. And I usually check everything before I go to bed, but this did not show. And there's always, as a rule, there's a lag, you know, on when these things show up. I don't know what to say about this. This is huge news, in my opinion. That was at 3:09 UTC, not 6. What am I saying? 3:09 UTC. And this is the Schumann, by the way. This is the Laurentian University. We got spiking going on, and we have strange anomalies and odd shapes. I'm not sure when they say they're starting CERN back up, but supposedly they're starting it back up for the eclipse, which is bizarre. And also, was it NASA is supposed to be shooting rockets, 3 of them, into the sun, which are named after ancient entities. Bizarre. I can't imagine. Don't know what to say about any of that. Notice we have a lot of spiking here. This is crazy looking. Out of the ordinary. It hasn't been looking ordinary for, days now. Look at all this. This is a lot of activity showing a long, showing a long period of time. Hold on, let's get back here. Then this is Cumiana. Nothing huge except for the geophone is definitely lit up. And this is looking dumbed down. However, we have the stair-step effect going on. That could be manipulated, either from outer space or from something on the Earth. From what I've read, the stair steps are a signature of something like that many times. And we have some odd anomalies on another Cumiana chart, but nothing incredible. So, y'all, there's our update. We will be keeping an eye on things to This is major news in my opinion. We're now at 11:07 UTC. Pardon me. I think I've only had about 5 hours sleep, which isn't horrible, but I might try to go back to sleep. Love you all. This is an adventure. I find this stuff very exciting. We're watching our universe interact. We're watching things coming in that are just astounding proof and signs of angelic intervention, and that Prime Creator is very involved in what's happening right now. And we also know that there are entities on the earth that are trying to influence things that are happening right now. Very exciting times. And we are very much in the driver's seat through how we respond to all of this and what timelines we provoke and interact with and choose by our frequency. So let's keep that love frequency high, and perfect love casts out fear. Perfect love casts out all fear. There is no fear. This is an adventure. And there are sometimes we feel discomfort, like this morning when the poor kitties were either trying to settle me down in my sleep by jumping on me, standing on me, evidently purposely trying to wake me up. I don't know if I was carrying on, moaning, or talking in my sleep or what, but I couldn't seem to wake up, even though I was pushing them off of me. And then when I did wake up, I didn't feel good. I felt strange, like something was dynamically changing and moving, and it was uncomfortable. But change is most of the time. So y'all, let's stay at that frequency of love. And the sun is coming up here. The sky is lightening. You can't really see much there through my windows. Let's just look outside real quickly. Those of you who have to go, I understand. We have looked at, oh, that's why it's so blurry. I had my reading glasses on still. You can see the dogwood is blooming, and that's a wild dogwood. And the connection is bad. I better, there, got too far away from the signal. Apparently, it's kind of touchy. I don't have the best signal out here in the boonies. Anyway, so you all keep your hearts high. Keep realizing that we are influencing all of this. We are. What we think about, what we feel, what we imagine and visualize and speak. We are changing not only our world, but the earth and those around us. We have power in this. We're not helpless. So let's stand in our authority as human beings on this earth, going through some really exciting times and coming up onto the new era, moving towards 5D, definitely stepping into periodic times of 4D. I mean, I know I am, and times of 5D. Places of miracles. I've been there before, and look at that. We're going into it more and more. Just realize your thoughts, your emotions are powerful. Let's look again right here. This is 10 UTC, 11 UTC, and it's still going on. Okay. Watching one more time, and those of you who need to go, I understand. That right there is, and we've missed some of it. Okay, that's 10 UTC, just a blast. And it's doing it on all the charts. This is 9. Coming up on, whoops, it reset itself. Lots of activity here. The yard around the Earth is getting blasted. Coming up on 10 right here. Look at that. Just waves rushing right through our magnetosphere. Just like the shields are a sieve. And then it just all goes white for a minute. And then pressure. Pressure is very exciting this morning. It's not that boring blue with the pale hints of things. It's full on. Look at this. Let's look at both sides. Why not? Okay, look at that. Coming up on 10. Boom. Boom. 2 very distinct hits. And now we're at 11 and things are kind of clearing out. But this is a dynamic situation, constantly changing and moving, and little old Earth set right there in the middle of all that pressure. And look at it, it's just, the magnetosphere is just insane. It looks like a parachute being plummeted by a hurricane, or a jellyfish being slammed by incredible waves and such. Of course, the jellyfish is sideways. That's the way, we used to call this the pretty goldfish, but it's hard to see the goldfish most. Look at that! My goodness! Margaret said, 26 years ago today, 4.4 since years, I guess, since I saw the stars take some flick-flack in around 1 hour here in Grimsnes, I'm not sure how to say that, Iceland. Oop, I'm trying to get it to let me see the rest of what you've written. In Iceland, somebody else, 1998. So you saw the stars do some flick-flack. I'm guessing you mean blinking in and out. Sue says, Marguerite, do you have a couch for me? I can fly into your city. Oh my goodness. Bless your heart. I don't really have a city, Sue. I'm out in the boonies, and my house is not the best for visitors. I mean, it's wide open. Look at this. I have no walls. This is my art studio / bedroom up here. So there's the microphone I bought that I've never used. And there's Chipper watching the birds on the end of the bed, which is a mess right now. And here's Sugar down here in the mess saying, it's time for breakfast. Oh, yeah. I tell you what I've thought about, just briefly, you all. Once before in my old page, before I got thrown off, which, thank goodness, I've been restored to it, but I'm staying with this one. We talked about having a gathering here on my property where you all could come if you wanted to, and we could have a get-together of the tribe. And there's quite a few of us, and we could congregate and hang out and get together on my property. Some of you could camp if you feel that. We'd have to work that out. I'm not supposed to have any tent camping on my property, but I'm getting ready to open up an RV park. We'd have to move quickly though, because hopefully it will be filled. I'm only going to have 10 spots and there'll be long-term people, but we can do something. I have 12 acres. We could gather and hang out and maybe do some really cool stuff together. But let's think about that. Since Sue brought this up, we could have a gathering of the tribe and we could hang out together and we could do our heart-brain coherence meditations together in person. If you all find that interesting, then let me know and we'll begin looking that direction and thinking about it. It would be cool to actually meet you all. I've met just one of you in person, but The rest of you I know, many of you I know through talking with you, but it would be really cool to be in the same space physically and hang out. But if you're interested, let me know. If that sounds like a fun thing, do let me know, and I'll consider it. Give it some thought about logistics and everything. I live in Southeast Tennessee, so it's kind of centralized. It's not too far east. It's sort of in the middle as far as north and south, but I'm certainly a good distance from the west of the United States. We'll just see what happens. And this is still going on, y'all. Look at this. And we need to, wow, that was at about 10:30, 10 to 10:30 UTC. And we're after, this is 11, so things are blowing out. It's like they were correct in their prognostication and forecasting. It has blown all the stuff out of the way. That is just, it's beautiful, but it's a lot of activity. That's about now. We're definitely in a place of flux. We're definitely in a place of incredible change and energies. And one more time, let's take a look at that crazy thing around the sun, and then I'm going to hop off of here. Many of you came in late. Look at this. This is stereo head satellite image of the sun. Of course, this, ignore the top and the bottom. I haven't trimmed it. That is the sun, that white circle, and all of this around it. Only God knows what that is. At least I don't know anybody who knows. I kind of doubt NASA knows, and if they do, I doubt they're going to tell us. That is incredible. I've only seen images of things like this. I don't believe I have been watching space weather when we saw something this dramatic and this huge. I mean, look at this piece. Look how huge it is compared to the sun. It's either way in the foreground close to the camera, or it's massive any way you look at it. These pieces are massive. Don't know what they are. Did something explode? Is this some sort of outer space type energy? Something we just don't know what to call it? Are these pieces self-lit? Are they just being lit by the sun? And there are some in the background that are not as bright. I don't know. Exciting days. Today looks like it's going to be, well, it's already terribly interesting. If nothing else happened today, it's already been one to mark on the calendars, in my opinion. Love you bunches. I'm going to hop off of here. Wow. 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 Let's all remember, y'all. We're not going through all this for nothing. Our symptoms, the changes that are taking place in us. We're not going through all this for nothing. We're going someplace really good. 5D. We're going there. The new Earth. 5D, new Earth, like heaven on earth. The way that this place was meant to be before the takeover. Yeah, that's where we're heading. It's not vain. Remember that. Encourage your heart. Whew. This is good. Amazing. And I'm glad we're going through it together. Seriously. I'm not just talking. You know, I'm real. I don't have time for all the frou-frou. I'm one of those people that cannot make light, fluffy conversation. It's like, why bother? Not good at that kind of social stuff. So what you see here is real. Pajamas and everything. And my hair doesn't look too bad for just getting out of bed. And I brushed it real fast. But this is real, is what I'm trying to say. And I'm glad we're going through it together and we're not alone. Your symptoms and my symptoms and the experiences we're having, the timeline changes, the anomalies, seeing things that are very much not what was normal. Oh, Sugar's playing with a squeaky toy now. The things that are happening in our lives, we're not alone in it. Thank God. Thank goodness. I'm so glad that you all are in my life and that we can share this together. So don't worry. Don't be afraid. We came here for this. Love you much. Talk to you soon, probably. See ya.